Hi, this is Mary, and today I'll be presenting on the passion test, including my 5 passions and how I will go about creating and manifesting these passions into a career. First, I wanted to discuss what my 5 passions are. The first one is the most important one because all my other passions revolve around it, and it is to establish financial freedom. And I say that instead of saying I want to make a lot of money, because it's not about making the money, it's about being able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, whether I want to travel or I want to take a class or what have you. My second passion is to serve others in a counseling capacity. I am very passionate about becoming a therapist. I want to have a thriving private practice. I figure I can accomplish this probably in about 3 years, because it takes 1 more year to graduate and then another 2 years to get my internship hours, and by then I hope to have at least a few clients. I am interested in all types of counseling, in mental health, online counseling, depression and anxiety groups, DBT groups, play therapy, individual adults in spiritual crisis, having suicidality, using my transpersonal tools. I've gotten more interested now in the creative expression, so I hope to incorporate that into my therapy practice as well. Another one of my passions is to provide others my experience, strength, and hope. I would like to create a website, a professional website to be used to promote my practice, but also I'd like to have a blog and talk about some more personal things, dealing with my struggles with depression and anxiety and what have you. I am also interested in writing a self-help ebook, which I would promote on my website. And I also am inspired by, I think the author's name is Kate Redfield Jamison, or Kate Jamison Redfield, I can't remember. The Unquiet Mind. She wrote a memoir, and she is bipolar. And that is my diagnosis as well. So I would like to write a memoir like hers. Hopefully it will be a bestseller, and I could establish the financial freedom that I am looking for. As I get more and more into my career, I would like to maybe, I really want to be a mental health advocate. So I'd like to maybe get involved in some speaking engagements, do some trainings, do some workshops, something in that capacity. And one other passion that I'm interested in doing is increasing my connection with others of different cultures. And my idea is to learn Spanish, because Texas is, especially Houston, is very, not very. There are a lot of Hispanics in Houston, and therefore a lot of the jobs offered here, you have to be bilingual, and which to me puts me at a disadvantage. And so I really want to become fluent in Spanish. And the idea is to live in Puerto Rico with Shane and my dog Ringo for about 6 months and just get immersed in the culture and the language. And I think this will help me in my counseling practice, because I will be able to relate better to Latinos. I can I would even be able to counsel in Spanish. So that would open up many more clients that I could offer services to, which would increase my financial freedom. And one final passion of mine is to create a more spiritual life. And this has to do with my self care. And the better my self care is, the better my practice will be. Um, I would like to go on a spiritual journey with my two sisters to Machu Picchu in Peru. And my roots are in India, so I'd like to go to India. And I love Buddhism, so I'd like to maybe go to some Buddhist temples. I forgot to mention how long it's going to take me to accomplish all this. I'm going to go backwards now. The creating a more spiritual life, I think I can accomplish that as far, well, it's an ongoing process, but going on the actual spiritual journey with my sisters, I think it might take a while to establish myself as a therapist and have the time and the money to do that. So I figure I could do that within the next 5 years. I'd like to go to Puerto Rico within maybe the next 3 years, right after I get my right after I get licensed as an LPC and an LMFT, because at that point I think I could live in Puerto Rico and do online counseling, because I wouldn't have to be I wouldn't have to be licensed in Puerto Rico. I could either do online counseling for clients overseas, or I could counsel clients that I already had here in Houston. And creating my website, that I can probably do at any point. Writing a self-help ebook, that really just takes allotting out the time and the space to do it. Maybe in between quarters when I'm still in school, I could do that. And writing the best-selling book, that might take a little while longer. There's a lot of things I haven't experienced yet, which I'd like to be able to write about, so that might be more along the 5-year plan than sooner. The private practice, I think I mentioned within the next couple of years, have that. And the financial freedom will be ongoing. I think the more that I create this lifestyle that I'm looking for, the more financial freedom that I will have. As far as resources go, I'm a member of the American Counseling Association and the American Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, or therapists, and those are great resources for networking to promote my private practice. I'm also a member of a group called Houston Group Psychotherapy Society, and they have a lot of resources there. They have a online presence that's very good. I am a Facebook member of a group called Houston Mental Health Professionals, and people advertise their private practices on that website. Possible setbacks I might have would be some of my internal variables, which would be my self-doubt and my limiting beliefs. I have had a lot of self-doubt since I started school about becoming a therapist. But as I posted recently, I have developed a lot more self-confidence, and I don't have as much self-doubt as I used to. I'm very excited about my practicum. I should be able to start seeing clients as soon as I'm ready, after I shadow, within the next couple of weeks. And I have no anxiety about that. Usually I have a lot of anxiety about doing new things, but I feel like I'm definitely ready for it. And when I was putting together my passion list with Danielle, who is my pseudo therapist in this class, in the practice sessions, I mentioned in my post that I didn't feel like I had any passions, didn't feel like I really had that great of a zest for life. But as I wrote out my passions and created more and more, I realized that I really do have a lot of passion for life, and there's a lot of things I do want to accomplish before before I pass on and leave this planet. I think that's it. Hopefully, I've covered everything, and I hope you have enjoyed my sharing my passions with you. And I hope you also have found some passions that you can incorporate into a career, a very successful career. I think everyone at Sophia has the potential to be a great therapist, and I am grateful and honored that I am able to go on this journey with all of you. Thank you very much.